what Maxime typically plays, though. From Magnus, hard to predict, but normally if he wants to be solid, then he will play e4, e5. But no, the Sicilian. And off we go. We have lift off. Peter, tell us everything. Is this going to be a Sveshnikov?
Yes, and I do recall that in 2019, in the Moscow Rapid, I think it was the Rapid, or was it a Blitz? Exactly the same line was featured between these two players, the sharp knight d5 line.
Yeah, let's see. Maxime has a choice here. 95, the most principled nowadays, and yeah, he does it. Had some time to prepare at knight. Here we are. Knight to e7. That's the move Magnus played. He switched to it against Caruana in the World Championship match. He started with the more established move knight to b8, but then he switched to knight e7. And he still seems to like it.
Yeah, and this is such a complex variation that I believe that, as you highlighted, it's very much connected that both players had time to prepare for this game. Knight g6, getting a question mark. I'm pretty sure that it's still part of Magnus's preparation.
Yeah, I think, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to start with a6? No, knight g6 is still normal, no?
I think it's too early for us to remember this.
I spent so much time looking at all this nonsense, but I can't remember a thing. But it looks like things are going a little off the rails for Magnus. No, bishop e3, targeting the a7 pawn. You can't play a6 because then there's bishop b6. What's he doing?
Yeah, very strange. Yeah, he goes for castles. Yeah, he has to.
Pawn?
Now it's the big question, is this preparation or is he just trying to bluff Maxime?
He might be freestyling, but if he does so, he does it very quickly. Bishop takes a7. Maxime never shy to take pawns. You can't bluff Maxime.
Yes, and he also wants to go bishop b6, yeah, stabilizing his queen side, queen c8. All right, okay, there are two scenarios. It's an incredibly deep preparation which nobody can understand, or Magnus is just making things up because he mixed up the move order.
Making things up. He mixed something up. Yeah, he forgot to include a6. The good news for him, it's a blitz game, and there's long-term counterplay, as always in these structures, on the king side. If he gets some f5, e4, f4, things could still happen. But for now, he's a pawn down. And a little cramped on the queen side. Knight c7 is there looming. Don't like it.
Yeah, but Maxime's problem is that he has quite a big choice. Okay, he goes for rook a3. I'm loving the move.
Very direct.
Very nice.
Threatening rook c3.
Yes, exactly.
Carlsen trouble.
This is very important, yeah, because just he did not have other really good moves. But rook a3, rook c3, making sure that the black queen is targeted immediately. Concrete problems are there.
And Magnus has to take on b5 and try to bail out just to survive the next couple moves. Takes and goes bishop to d8. But he won't be thrilled to do this. Now black can just take. Then I guess queen takes, queen d2, castles. This doesn't look great.
Yeah, it's a healthy pawn. Yeah, he has captured on d8. How is Magnus recapturing? Queen or the rook? Because the queen might also come out to f5 or, of course, can come out to g5. Rook d8. Okay.
Takes with the rook.
And short castles on the board. We still don't have the perfect sync. Big apologies for that. I hope that the situation will stabilize. And look at this, Magnus using the chance of going active with queen c5, queen b4, targeting that pawn on a5 and the pawn on b2.
Yep. I have a big crisis here. The TV went off, so my kids are complaining early in the morning. Nelly Chris is in. Was los?
Wow. Okay, but queen a1. Excellent. Maxime finds a way. Maxime finds a way to protect both of his pawns. On the other hand, look at this. Magnus is jumping around with the knight and the queen. Knight e2 check, knight d4. It's a blitz game. Things are out of control. Magnus is getting some counterplay.
Oof. I'm missing the drama here because my kids no longer can watch their Santa Claus movie. But what is happening? Knight to d3 is there. King f1, Maxime remains calm after knight d3. Here's rook e2. He's such a good calculator, Maxime. and with very, very little time, makes him so dangerous in Blitz.
Yeah, and with 50 seconds on the clock, finding this king f1, Magnus going for the pawn sacrifice with e4.
But now queen c1, exchange queens, and win the endgame.
Yeah, that's a very good strategy when you are pawn up, and also you have this big majority on the queen side.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah, so Magnus needs to jump with the knight, and look at this. What is the choice of Maxime? How will he react?
Takes it. Wow.
He takes it. Okay, brilliant, because this bishop on b5, look at this, taking away the e8 square, so both of black's rooks are paralyzed. So Magnus will try to set up an exchange sacrifice on... No, he has no time to get that going.
He tries to get a rook to the e file, but Maxime has these 4 pawns on the queen side. This looks... I don't know, winning is a big word, but it looks very, very bad for Magnus. No counterplay.
This is an improved bathtub, no? With the bishop on b5.
This is, yeah, very compact bathtub with the c4 pawn also covered. Rook a3 followed by a6, so c5 is looming. Probably just c5 and the pawns will run. Oof.
Yeah, also maybe creating a luft just in case, but on the other hand, because of the bishop on b5, we don't have to worry about black's doubling. Rook e3.
I was just going to ask, yeah, can you exchange rooks even? And he does go rook e3, saying, I'm dominating the other rook. Then my pawns will run. King comes to d4, then c5. Is Maxime just crushing the world champion here?
Wow. Okay, looks very promising, because how do you stop those pawns? Yeah, Magnus immediately tries to create something, but with c6, white will have 3 pass pawns.
Also, c takes d and e4 is there if we need some more pawns there running in the center.
Yes.
Looks lost. Yeah, he starts with e4. f3 is some counterplay, but it's very slow, it looks like. Before black gets a past g pawn or whatever, white will have a queen somewhere.
Maxime has only 15 seconds, but the position plays itself. Yeah, just take on d6, e5 check, follows up by d6 check, and keep on going. Wow. Nobody could have expected this, yeah?
Oh.
Rook f4, great defense. Trying to stop d6.
Nice.
Yeah, at all cost. Wonderful resource by Magnus.
But is it enough? There's so many pawns running. The b pawn is also running up the board.
But Maxim down to 3 seconds, so very important that Magnus at least force him to get out of the autopilot mode.
Yeah. Pawn to g4 played, but you can just take it. No, Maxime ignores it. Maxime just calculates. Goes b6, says you can take out f3. My bishop covers the queening square, and I'll go b7, c5, c6.
So d6 check. Incredible, with 5 seconds on the clock or 3 seconds, he's still calculating. Amazing.
But where's the win? b7, rook back to cover the queening square.
It got a little more messy than it should have, but probably Maxime knows what he's doing. Just continues with the king march, king c6, king c7, d7.
It's too many enemies. The king will help. And the bishop stops the f2 pawn. I don't see any tricks for Magnus.
Yeah. It looks all over. Yeah, he activates the king d4, bishop f1.
Change anything.
Yeah. Not at all, because king c7
he resigns.
And the handshake. Wow, wow, wow. Incredible performance by Maxime. But this also what means when you mix up your move order in a critical sharp opening line.
Yeah, the core of the problem was this. I think early on after a4, he went knight g6 instead of playing a6 first. Nicht, Jonas?